Welcome back, students. So today we are going to start another chapter. It is about the third month of the year, March, which is written by Khuswant Singh. So here in this chapter we are going to get some fascinating facts about the month March. But before going further, we'll try to know a little bit about what it's given here in the book about the author of this part of this chapter, Khuswant Singh. And here it's given very little about him. So what I'm going to do is this, that later on, after finishing the explanation of this chapter, there in our groups, I will give you a note about Khuswant Singh, his literary works, his literary styles, his writing styles, and his contents and all those kind of things. You need to know a bit more than this about him. He's an eminent novelist, journalist, historian, as it's given here in the book. You see in the last page, page number 60 of this chapter. Khuswant Singh, he born in the year 1915 and he died in 2014. He was a novelist, journalist, and historian. He was a widely read Indian columnist. Usually writes very narrative columns on different topics. He wrote 3 weekly columns that were reproduced by over 50 journals across the globe. He was most famous for his novel Train to Pakistan. He is also known for his translation of Urdu poetry as well as Sikh text. So here in the book we are getting this much only about him. So because of that only I'm saying that I'm going to give it a bit more there in the group. So after getting it, try to read, try to know about him, or you can surf over the net, and there also you will get various knowledge about him, more knowledge. So regarding this chapter, March, before going for the explanation part, here in the first page, page number 56, it's given here that earlier in calendars there were not 12 months, but instead of 12 there were 10 months. 2 were not named. So March happens to be the first month of the year, and the December is the 10th one. January and February, these 2 months were there, but those months were not named. So the thing is this, what we are going to get here, then we will come to know how they gave the names of these months, or what is the reason behind giving the names in these ways. So first one, we will see here, match the names of the months with the description of their origins. So we got 2 columns, column A and B. Here look in the book, in the first page. In one hand, column A, you are getting the months January till December, and B, you are getting the description of their origin. So what I'm going to do, I will read from January the descriptions. So you need to write the name of the month after the description of the month. I will tell you the name of the month, and you will have to do it. You will have to write the name. So first is January. So which one is January? Named after Janus, the 2-headed Roman god of doorways and new beginnings, depicted with 2 faces looking in opposite direction. That is the month January. which comes from the two-headed Roman god of doorways and new beginnings. His name is Janus. Next month is February, so named for Februa, the feast of purification. Got it? So next, March, month of Mars, the Roman god of war. Fourth, April, month of Aphrodite, the Greek goddess of love and beauty. After that comes May, month of Maya, a Roman earth goddess. So the month of May comes after the month Roman earth goddess Maya. Next is June, named after Roman. June comes after. It names the month had been named after Juno, queen of the Roman god. Next comes July, a very famous character of the Roman Empire, and he's an emperor. His name is Julius Caesar. July, named after the Roman emperor Julius Caesar. Now comes August, named after the Roman Empire, another Roman emperor. His name is Augustus Caesar. Now comes September, stand for 7, the 7th month of the older calendar, that is September. October stands for 8, that is Octo, the 8th month of the older calendar. Next is the 9th November, the 9th stands for 9, the 9th month of the older calendar, November. And the last is number 10th, according to the older calendar. It's the 10th month of the older calendar, which I told you just now. So earlier, as there were only 10 months, so from the month of September till December, it comes according to the numbers. Got it? Now, back to the chapter here. Before going further for the explanation part, we see what we are going to get here in this chapter about the month March. We all know what kind of how the weather used to be, or what we usually get in the month of March. There happens to be different kind of flowers. We see different kind of birds. We in India here we celebrate different kind of festivals. One of the most colorful festival here is Holi. So it comes in the month of March itself. And there happens to be different kind of fruits you will get and vegetables you are going to get in this particular month. But most interesting fact is this month March is quite unpredictable. You see, the very first line of this prose section, it starts as March is an unpredictable month. Understood? We cannot predict this month. We cannot predict even a single day whether it's going to be a rainy or it's going to be a sunny one, or it's going to be a warm or a cold. We cannot predict anything. It's quite uncertain. It's because of some natural this weather and geographical phenomena. For that, this thing happens. So here the author Kushwant Singh, he is trying to give us an idea about this particular month. He is also a very keen observer of the nature, and he wanted us to be the same and try to understand the month March, how it is different from any other month. Yes, it's very interesting. You see, this month brings us different kind of challenges and different kind of fantasies. Once in our life, it comes to a question to us that why this hail forms, or why hail occurs only in early summer days, not in winter. That is a very curious thing that each and every of us we tries to know in our very early age groups, in our very early ages, in our childhood. So the question is that we all know now, in your science or maybe in your social science, you might have come across the definition or the reason behind the occurrence of hail or hailstorm. We know about that. So it happens during the month of this March, the occurrence of hailstorm. And he wants us, here in the chapter you will get, he wants us to observe very distinctly, very carefully the hailstone, the formation of a hailstone, how the formation is, what the shape is. So it's very interesting. He is giving us very specific description, very specific reason of all these things, all this strange thing that happens particularly in this month. And in the very first paragraph of the chapter, there is one proverb. You will see here it's given, never cast a cloud till March be out. Actually, it should be never cast a cloud till May be out. So here he stated that this May, the month, never cast a cloud till May be out. This month, May, it's for England. In the same way, here in this proverb, instead of using May, if we are going to use March, then that will be much more better. It's because the way we are having the strange thing, the appearance of the strange happenings in India in the month of March, the same thing it happens there in England in the month of May. So according to this proverb, it says like never cast, or means never shuck or never keep away a cloud, means your cloth, till May be out, or till March, May or March, whatever. It's according to the reason, it's according to the land. So let's take here in India, we will take March. So till March ends, we shouldn't try to keep our woolen cloths, because we cannot predict whether it will be hot or it will be cold. So we shouldn't be in hurry to keep our cloths, our woolen cloths aside. So here it means to be, as I told you, not to be too quick to keep the winter clothes away before the chilly days of March or May, whatever, it's over. So this is a proverb. Here we are getting it in the chapter. So the sun, the insects, flowers, trees, vegetables, and birds, all these things appears and gives us some kind of strange feelings in our soul. And all these things happens, all this strange thing, all this sudden change comes in the month March. So this is what we are going to study, we are going to read here in this chapter, the description that is given by Khuswant Singh. And you will get some terms here in this chapter which are Hindi terms, and name of some vegetables, maybe name of some birds, flowers or fruits. So try to understand it, try to know it. It will be quite easier and quite familiar. And along with that, you will be getting the scientific terms of all this, plants, trees, birds or fruits and vegetables mostly. And here, along with all this, one interesting fact is this, that you are going to get the one experiment. If you want to, then you can go for the experiment, and it is about the chirping of the cricket, that insect. So later on when we are going to discuss, I will tell you how to do it, or what is the measuring thing, what is the counting things we need to do. We will come to know about that. So the chirping of cricket can tell us the temperature of the room in Fahrenheit. Very interesting. So maybe Kushwant Singh, he tried, maybe he is sure about that. For that only he quoted it out here. So if you want to, in later classes, later session, when we are going to keep on discussing it, we will come to know about that. So he tried it and it worked out maybe, and so for that he wants, if we are eager, if we are interested, then he wants us to do the same. And you will get some words, new words, maybe for you, which you may not get earlier. So try to mark it down, refer the dictionary, try to sort out the meanings. If I will explain you, when I'm going to explain it to you, obviously I'm going to tell you the meanings, but along with that, before going for the explanation, what I want you to do is try to read the whole chapter twice, as earlier I keep on saying you people. So this is a new chapter, you will have to read it before explanation at least twice, so that there won't be any kind of confusion when I'm explaining you in this chapter. I don't want any kind of any confusion from you people. I want you people to get it very thorough and each and everything from this chapter itself. And this entire chapter is about India, about Delhi itself. So we will also come to know that the appearance, the places, name of different places here in Delhi, the capital of our country, and the appearance of birds, their habits, their the way they live, they build their nest, different kind of trees, and why do they build there. We all come to know about all these things only in this chapter itself. So before explanation, I want you to read the entire chapter at least twice continuously, and in our next session we will go for the explanation part. Thank you, students.